everybody, welcome to Wrestling Showdown Rewind here on the W3L Network. Thank you as always for choosing to join me here this week, and thank you for having hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because that means you will be guaranteed to be notified when we bring you a brand new episode of Wrestling Showdown Rewind every single Sunday at 12 o'clock, or indeed whenever we bring you anything at all here on the W3L Network. There's tons of amazing content. Go check out the playlist, watch to your heart's content. If you want more to watch, have you seen Summer Fever 2006 yet? We brought you it last week on the W3L box office. It is up there for you to view via digital download right now, along with some of W3L's biggest ever events. You should go to W3Lboxoffice.com, view them all. They're some of the biggest events in history, like I've already said. All the multiple camera angles, backstage interviews, bells and whistles that you've come to expect. There's compilations of this, a documentary. There is so much worth watching. Go to W3Lboxoffice.com and view till your heart's content. And of course, you can then whet your appetite for seeing us live and in person, which hopefully is going to be towards the later part of this year. These are dates that we currently have scheduled. They're originally planned for last year, and the original tickets do remain valid. Obviously, this is all subject to change, but as soon as we know what's happening, we'll let you know what's happening. But fingers crossed these take place so we can bring even more live events as well. In addition to that, Crafty Connoisseur will return as our live event sponsor when we're back up and running properly. Show them some love, go onto their web store and make a purchase. Tell them that we said hello, of course. Check out their social media. They can do virtual online tastings, a whole bunch of cool things. Check them out. And again, show Crafty Connoisseur some support. And show your support for W3L by buying one of the fantastic t-shirts we've got. Go to the website, there's a whole range of them. Some are W3L specific, some are wrestler specific. There's something that will catch your eye, I guarantee it. Make a purchase and we'll get those t-shirts sent out to you. You should also buy a fan support package. Prices begin at $5, and these are the cool things that you get for your money. It just helps you help us continue to pay all those nasty bills that we sadly still have to pay, even though we can't be up and running properly. Fan support package will last until we are running live events again. So get involved. There's something to suit every budget. Buy a fan support package. You can also buy DVDs and those t-shirts off from our website. I'll tell you about that in a while. But now it's time for this week's match. We're going to be seeing the merchandise Mike Musso in action. He has a specific goal in mind and he's about to tell you all about it. But his chances of attaining that goal are about to be hampered in a very big way. All will become clear in just a moment. So let's not delay any further. Let's get down to ringside and hear from the merchandise, Mike Musso.
I just want to say, I know you guys all came to see some action here tonight, but I just want to take a moment to reflect, okay? I want to take a moment to reflect. And that is because over the past couple of years we've seen W3L go from strength to strength. The W3L's been about a bit, but I want to say this ain't Madison Square Garden, but God, it's good to be back in this hotel. Now I'm not going to stay out here and talk for much longer because, as I said, I know you wanted to see action. I'm going to get straight to the point. This is a new year. And in a new year, people set goals for themselves. So I'm here to set a goal for myself this year. And that is, I think it's about time Mike Musso won the World Championship, yeah? So, that belt, I know Alan Grogan, the heavyweight champion's back there. That belt, you're on borrowed time with it, Alan. And I'm calling out Charles Boddington. He's our commissioner, and he's the only person back there that can make that match. So Charles, I'm coming out here being forward. I want the championship, and I want you to make the match. Come on, Charles. Tell me what you say. W3L Heavyweight Champion.
Oh yeah! Get up the stage, Mini Me!
Think that's funny? What do you mean? I warn you, I don't make you come up there. These people do not give a damn about you, Mike Musso. You people are traitors. Apparently, in the right place, retards. Mike, if I was to give you a chance, where do you want this match? Tell me where you want this match. Well, we don't win the match. I want the match the next time we're here in Fife. I want the match next month in Dunfermline, right here in Fife. Hey, right. Shut the hell up! These people respect me and will do whatever the hell I tell them. Shut up! So, I'll tell you what, mate. I will give you that match. I will give Mike his title shot. On. If you can do one little thing. So far, if I was to give you a match right this second, you would take that match just to get to the belt.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I'll tell you! Don't face anyone!
I'll tell you what, mate. I've been in the ring with many big superstars, including face-to-face with Mick Foley, including Theo Brown, the hockey talk man, Marty Jannetty. But there's somebody back there that is bigger than all of them men put together. Tonight, you will face Invincible! Then you get the match.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce here with you on Wrestling Showdown Rewind. We're at the February of 2007 for this frankly impromptu #1 contenders match. Mike Musso there wants a shot at the W3L Heavyweight Championship, currently held by Alan Grogan. And so Commissioner Charles Boddington has ordered that he must face the Man Mountain Invincible. Now, we saw both these men last week on Wrestling Showdown Rewind in a match in August of 2006. They're involved in that battle royal. As you remember, at the time the Heavyweight Championship was vacant, so two winners would meet for the title, and indeed it was Alan Grogan and Tracy Smothers that co-won that, and they met at our Summer Fever event in 2006, which of course we made available to you on the W3L box office just last week. If you've not seen it, I highly recommend it. And so Invincible has been put in the way of Musso, and we've seen Grogan and Boddington be associated. So clearly Charles Boddington is happy to keep the title around Grogan's waist. Mike Musso may be a strong challenger for him. He's to be doing pretty well in the singles ranks in the run up to this particular contest game from February 2007, and can't even budge Invincible, because Musso won half of the first ever W3L Tag Team Champions, and they want some singles gold. But Boddington likes having it around Grogan's waist. It means he controls W3L to a degree. Musso got up ahead of steam. And how do you move Invincible? It's just not on. I mean, speaking of tag teams, he's just from the Bone Crushers with Carl Conroy. They've only ever had one match together, but I'm sure they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in WCL. And of course Boddington with Invincible at his side, and with Grogan as well. He's got Sarah there. A powerful faction in Mike Musso. You talk about powerful.
He's just tasted power there, getting knocked down. This is a pretty smart move by Boddington to put Invincible against Musso, an impromptu match. And look, Invincible leaning with his body weight, and he's got a lot off it, throttling Mike Musso on that middle rope. And this is just going to make things easy pickings, because there's no way Musso's going to overcome Invincible, surely. And even if he does, he's not going to be in any fit state to wrestle whoever the heavyweight champion is next month. That'll be, of course, the March of 2007. And you see the Commissioner just distracting the referee, Clarence Mikado, while Invincible just cheating blatantly. The man that side doesn't have to do a lot, because every single thing he does causes so much pain, so much damage due to his massive, well, mass really. He truly is the biggest man in W3L, arguably the biggest man in Scottish wrestling at this time. So launched at the far corner. Oh, and Invincible, not as fleet of foot as Musso, who hits a drop kick, not the prettiest he's ever hit in his life, but considering the damage he's taken, it's a surprise he even was able to get off his feet there. Musso with some knee lifts. Throwing in some punches at Invincible, trying to wear him down. And we saw Invincible tackling Tracy Smothers in that Battle Royal last week. There's a barrage of punches from the well-dyed Southern Boy, and Invincible just rolled out the ring and left, deciding maybe discretion being the better part of valour. And that's always a problem with Invincible. Not only is his stamina in question, but his legs are a weak point, and when he's on his back, a lot of his power is taken away from him. He becomes less effective. See Musso targeting the leg, but Boddington right there. And the question's always been, how did Boddington become Commissioner of W3L? It was never a question when W3L was formed, but I guess management felt that maybe they needed somebody to be kind of more active in an in-ring role. Obviously it's a position that kind of over the years hasn't really lasted. I think the fact that Boddington did things to suit himself and his cronies, as opposed to maybe the benefit of the W3L audience, was the reason that W3L management got rid of the position of Commissioner. And then of course it's management who take those group decisions on various orders of business. Musso continue to target this leg. Of course, Invincible being down means his shoulders are on the canvas. He's got to watch this doesn't get ruled as a pinfall. Musso continue to work away. Now if Invincible gets back to his feet, that's when he is unstoppable. But if his leg is giving him grief, is he going to have enough of a base to be able to stand up and use those power moves? Because Mike Musso could not be prepared for this, was not expecting to be wrestling at this juncture. At this point in the way, he's gone for a cover, right by the ropes as well. Is not to be. See Musso pulling himself up, having to use those ropes, and Musso clips his leg again. And is Boddington's plan backfiring on him? Invincible's in the ropes, and oh, Musso kicked him at the floor. Now Invincible went to the ropes, so obviously Musso couldn't really follow up, because he was technically out of the ring, arguably, at least on the apron anyway. Musso just kicked him to the floor. That's a heavy fall for Invincible to take. And Musso drops down upon him, wants to continue the assault. I mean, surprisingly, Musso has managed to, as he shoves Boddington out of the way, he's almost had this match turned in his favour, which is a surprise considering how it started. Oh! And Invincible ramming Mike Musso face first into the apron. There's the experience of the massive Invincible. And let's not forget, this is almost a 2-on-1 handicap match if you think about it, because there's Boddington getting involved as you knew he would. Boddington is always very protective of his meal tickets. When just shows Invincible looking at the size of Boddington's got that briefcase. Oh, and he smacked Invincible. He clocked Invincible with that lead-lined briefcase. And oh, hang on. The referee's disqualified Invincible. Boddington interfered, and Mike Musso wins the match by DQ. And Boddington can't believe it. We're going to get an official word on this. So Boddington was going to use that lead-lined briefcase to knock out Musso, make him easy pickings for the massive Invincible. But of course Boddington mistimed it, smacked his own man, and the referee saw it and ruled it as interference. And as a consequence, Mike Musso wins this #1 contenders match. Maybe not the way he would have liked, but he's got the victory. And in theory this means he's marching on to next month, the March of 2007, to face whoever the heavyweight champion is, currently of course Alan Grogan, for the heavyweight title at W3L's Dunfermline event. And Mike Musso has momentum on his side, and look at this, diving in the ring, it's the natural Alan Grogan. And there's Sarah as well, where Grogan goes, Sarah follows, there's the heavyweight championship. And Mike Musso being mugged. And you know Grogan was watching from behind, watching from the rear of the building to see what would happen. Potentially Musso is his next challenger, and if this is the match that's going to happen next month, then you know that Grogan wants Musso not to be in one piece. And look at this, it's Drew Galloway making the save. There's that mallet that Invincible brought to the ring, and he saves Mike Musso from potential damage. Grogan was going to try and injure him further. I mean, Musso's already taken a beating at the hands of Invincible. And now it's 2-on-2, or arguably 2-on-4, maybe 5, depending on how big you think Invincible is. Those odds are not in the favour of Boddington and his men, so they've scurried to ringside. Galloway inviting them back into the ring. He saved Mike Musso from some serious damage, from permanent injury. And Boddington not happy about this at all. Galloway and Grogan are scheduled for the main event of this particular show in a last man standing match. So of course anything is possible with the result of that contest, but Grogan hitting the floor and Galloway's got the microphone.
Don't worry, Charles, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I just see what happened there, and I know you like to attack in numbers, and that was a disgrace. However, don't you worry, you know what's happening. Later on tonight, Mike Musso and the whole Archival are going to get to see some retribution. Because tonight, for the W3L Championship, is Alan Grogan versus Drew Galloway. And a last man standing match. So you better play, son, because after this match, you're never going to stand again.
There's some strong words from Drew Galloway.
Perhaps you call that poetic justice. Commissioner Charles Boddington's interference backfiring, causing his man Invincible to get disqualified. Mike Musso wins the contest, and it looked very much like it would be he versus the heavyweight champion at that time, Alan Grogan, the following month in Dunfermline for the heavyweight championship. Maybe one day you'll see that match, maybe one day you won't, who knows. Keep it tuned here to Wrestling Showdown Rewind and check out the box office as well for more details on when that may or may not occur. But Mike Musso beating Invincible this week here on Wrestling Showdown Rewind. And I already mentioned the box office. There are some fantastic full events. Some of the biggest events in WTL history are up there for you to view via digital download right now. You should definitely go online, get involved, go to WTLboxoffice.com and watch them. You will not be disappointed. Some of people we gave you last week, there might be more in the future. Who can say? But we will expand our list of titles as time goes on. So get involved and give them a watch. And check out all the archives here on the network as well. And of course, nothing quite beats seeing WTL live and in person. These are the dates we currently have scheduled. All are subject to change, but fingers crossed we can bring you them and more besides when we do get back up and running and hitting the road with these live events. Crafty Corner Silver returns our live event sponsor. Please show them some love, make a purchase from them, tell them that we said hello. And also buy a cool t-shirt because we've got some fantastic designs. Show your support for the Worldwide Wrestling League. Get one of your amazing t-shirts. And of course, you should also buy a fan support package. Prices begin at $5, so there's something that you can afford. I guarantee it. Just helps you help us to continue on until we're back up and running properly. And you can get those t-shirts, those fan sport packages, and you can buy DVDs as well if you so wish, physical media, and who doesn't love that. You can get them all from our website. It's w3lwrestling.com. Make your purchase from there and send to the mailing list while you are at it. Give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, join us on Instagram, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and use that hashtag. What did you think of this week's match? Mike Musso versus Invincible. What do you think of Summer Fever? You've watched it by now. I am sure it's been a week. What do you think of Summer Fever? Use the hashtag. Tell us what you thought. Get involved with us here in W3L and come back next week because I'm going to bring you another classic match from the archives. They're all classic matches in the archives. Another fantastic match as we delve into the back catalogue of W3L here on Wrestling Showdown Rewind.